friend, and she's the one who sent me the casting notice and said, "Thank me when you're famous." It's the craziest thing ever.
I've put in almost 50 years. There are other things in life that I'd like to do.
The entertainment world is in absolute chaos right now. At the heart of it all, Disney's latest controversy, which is rocking Hollywood to its core. What began as a string of unsettling developments has exploded into what insiders are calling one of the most dramatic studio shakeups in years. The chaos surrounding Disney's upcoming Snow White production has spiraled in a way no one saw coming, and the consequences are far more severe than anyone initially expected.
Anything that has to do with technology creating opportunity for us, I find very enjoyable.
The Walt Disney Company has just made a jaw-dropping move that's left Hollywood reeling in what can only be described as a last-ditch effort to recover their colossal $290 million investment. Disney has completely overhauled their marketing strategy for Snow White. Here's the real bombshell. Disney has essentially sidelined their lead actress, Rachel Zegler, from almost all major promotional efforts. This decision is sending shockwaves through the industry, leaving everyone asking, what's really going on behind those closed Disney doors? In the past 48 hours alone, Disney has scrapped nearly every major event and appearance tied to their Snow White campaign. And we're not just talking minor changes here. This is a full-blown marketing crisis. We're not just talking about small meet and greets or local press events here. Disney has axed massive, high-profile showcases that took months of preparation and represented millions in marketing dollars.
Not hear the noise as much to continue doing the job.
The most jaw-dropping cancellation, a full-scale performance that was supposed to headline the film's world premiere in March next year. This wasn't just another red carpet appearance, it was set to be an extravagant showcase featuring Rachel Zegler in full Snow White costume, performing live with both vocal and instrumental elements. This event was designed to be the crown jewel of Disney's entire marketing strategy. A dazzling spectacle to generate a tidal wave of social media buzz and firmly plant the film in the public's imagination. But now, completely scrapped. And just when you think it couldn't get more dramatic, it does. Another huge blow. A major performance planned for the Academy Awards has also been canceled. This was supposed to be Disney's golden opportunity to spotlight Snow White on one of Hollywood's biggest nights.
Seeing yourself for the first time in full Snow White drag.
The performance was meant to celebrate Disney's rich musical legacy while unveiling their modern twist on the classic tale. But that plan? It's out the window. Adding to the growing wave of cancellations, Disney has also scrapped several major holiday season appearances that were crucial to the Snow White marketing campaign. These included highly coveted spots in the Thanksgiving parade, a Christmas special, and even a New Year's Eve celebration. These weren't just ordinary bookings, they were primetime television events designed to put Snow White in front of millions during the most watched moments of the year. But the plot thickens. Insiders close to the production have dropped a bombshell. These cancellations come right after not one, not two, but 7 failed test screenings. Yes, 7. Multiple audiences have now seen different cuts of the film. And the reactions? Feedback has reportedly been so alarming that Disney felt compelled to take drastic action. This is highly unusual. Test screenings are typically used to fine-tune details, not overhaul an entire marketing campaign. The fallout doesn't stop there. Rachel Zegler's team has responded swiftly and forcefully, refusing to stay silent in the face of these cancellations. Sources reveal that Zegler and her representatives are accusing Disney of discrimination, claiming the studio is breaching contractual obligations, particularly regarding the scrapped singing performances, which were explicitly outlined in her agreement. Behind the scenes, tensions are boiling over. Insiders describe Ziegler's reaction to these developments as unhinged and uncontrolled, with the actress reportedly convinced that Disney is breaking promises tied to her role. Her team is already gearing up to take action against the studio, setting the stage for a potentially explosive legal battle. It's rare to see this kind of open conflict between a lead actor and a major studio, especially Disney, which is known for tightly controlling its image, particularly around its flagship projects. But this isn't just about Rachel Zegler or Snow White, it's part of a much larger issue. Disney's live-action strategy is facing an unprecedented crisis, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Disney's live-action remakes have been a cornerstone of their business strategy, raking in billions over the last decade. But with every new release, the stakes climb higher, and so does the scrutiny. Snow White was supposed to be another shining gem in this lucrative crown, Instead, it's turning into a cautionary tale of how quickly a major production can spiral out of control. What's truly fascinating about this fiasco is how it mirrors broader shifts in the entertainment industry. The old Hollywood marketing rulebook is being torn apart as studios struggle to adapt to evolving audience expectations and the ever-volatile landscape of social media. Disney's move to sideline their lead actress during what should have been a career-defining promotional tour is unheard of. It's a signal of crisis management on a scale rarely seen from a studio of this size. And the financial fallout? Absolutely staggering. Each canceled event isn't just a lost opportunity, it's a sunk cost. Take the scrapped Academy Awards performance, for example. Months of preparation, custom musical arrangements, rehearsals, and technical coordination. Gone. The holiday season appearances? Similarly scrapped, despite requiring hefty investments in planning and production. When you tally up all these cancellations, Disney is essentially writing off millions from their marketing budget. But here's the bigger concern. What does this say about their confidence in Snow White itself? When a studio starts scaling back on marketing for a project of this magnitude, it's often a red flag that they're deeply uncertain about the product they're trying to sell. Disney's willingness to absorb these staggering costs rather than stick with their original marketing plan speaks volumes. It's clear they're more focused on damage control than chasing potential success, a rare and telling move for a studio of this scale. The fallout for Rachel Zegler could be career-defining. Reports are already circulating that she was quietly dropped from a planned horror trilogy meant to rival the Scream franchise. Such a widespread retreat from an actor, especially one who was recently hailed as a rising star, is highly unusual in Hollywood. This entire situation has placed Disney CEO Bob Iger and the board of directors in an incredibly precarious position. They're walking a tightrope between protecting their $290 million investment and mitigating the backlash surrounding their treatment of Zegler. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the decisions they make now will have lasting consequences for both the studio and the actress at the center of this storm. The fact that Zegler's team is already raising claims of discrimination adds yet another layer of complexity to this already tense and high-stakes situation. What makes this even more fascinating is how it ties into the larger transformation happening in Hollywood. The industry is in the midst of a seismic shift as studios struggle to balance evolving audience demands with their long-standing business models. Disney's handling of this controversy could very well set a precedent for how other studios address similar challenges moving forward. The decision to cancel key performances and appearances was anything but impulsive. Insiders reveal that Disney executives engaged in heated debates, with some pushing for a more conventional approach to the film's marketing. Ultimately, the dismal test screening results, coupled with other mounting pressures, forced the studio to make this drastic course correction. Adding to the drama is the timing. These moves are being made alarmingly close to the film's scheduled release, a period when marketing efforts would typically be hitting their peak. Instead, Disney is scaling back, signaling a level of unease that goes far beyond routine, pre-release jitters. What's especially striking is how this situation highlights shifting power dynamics in Hollywood. In the past, studios had near total control, shaping narratives through their marketing machines and media relationships. But in today's social media-driven world, maintaining that kind of control is an uphill battle, and the cracks are starting to show. The financial stakes surrounding Snow White cannot be overstated. This isn't just about the film's massive production budget. It's a cornerstone of Disney's broader strategy for live-action remakes. Historically, these films have been reliable cash cows for the studio, even when critics weren't impressed. But if Snow White flops, it could force Disney to reconsider the viability of their entire live-action adaptation model. The ripple effects are already being felt industry-wide. Competing studios are watching Disney's every move, taking notes on how they handle test screening fallout, navigate talent relationships, and recalibrate marketing strategies. The lessons from Snow White are sparking heated discussions in Hollywood boardrooms, with implications that could shape the release plans for other major projects. Adding to the intrigue is the unique timing of this controversy. The industry is still adapting to post-pandemic realities, where shifting audience habits and expectations are upending traditional marketing norms. Disney's handling of Snow White could set a new benchmark for how studios tackle these challenges moving forward. The adjustments to Snow White's promotional strategy suggest a defensive approach, focused more on damage control than generating excitement. This is highly unusual for a film tied to such a significant franchise. Studios typically aim to build overwhelming buzz for tentpole releases, not pull back at the 11th hour. As for what's next, there's still room for Disney to pivot. they could tweak their strategy before the film hits theaters, finding a middle ground that balances caution with selective promotional efforts. Whether they choose to double down on their current approach or make a late course correction remains to be seen. The cancellation of so many high-profile appearances makes one thing clear: Disney seems fully committed to this new, cautious direction. The repercussions for Disney's future projects could be far-reaching. These live-action adaptations have been a cornerstone of their theatrical strategy for years. But if Snow White falters, it might force a complete reevaluation of how the studio approaches these remakes. From test screening processes to marketing strategies, major overhauls could be on the horizon based on the fallout from this situation. Industry experts are closely watching to see how Disney's handling of test screenings might influence other studios. Traditionally, more audience feedback has been viewed as a good thing, but 7 test screenings leading to drastic marketing changes could prompt studios to rethink this practice. It's sparking broader conversations about whether too much feedback can derail a project rather than improve it. This debacle also highlights the evolving relationship between studios and their talent. The old Hollywood system relied on tight control over actors' public appearances and messaging. But with social media and shifting industry dynamics, managing talent has become far more complicated and far less predictable. What's particularly intriguing is how this reflects the shifting expectations of modern audiences. The traditional marketing playbook for blockbuster releases is being redefined as studios scramble to adapt to an ever-changing entertainment landscape. And the financial implications of this new approach, they're not just limited to marketing budgets. This could influence how studios allocate resources for years to come. Every decision about how to present and promote Snow White could directly affect its box office outcome. While canceling major appearances might save Disney some money now, it could have long-term financial consequences. In the wider context, this represents a pivotal moment for how big studios tackle marketing obstacles in today's entertainment world. The traditional approach of powering through negative feedback with an aggressive marketing blitz might be on its way out, replaced by more strategic, carefully considered tactics. This situation could also have lasting effects on Disney's relationships with talent. How they handle this crisis will set a precedent for how actors and their teams approach future collaborations with the studio. Especially on high-profile projects like these live-action remakes, the stakes couldn't be higher. The drama continues to unfold, with new updates coming fast and furious. Insiders are speculating that even more changes could be in store as Disney scrambles to find the right way to launch the film in an increasingly difficult market. What's certain is that this moment will reshape how major studios handle similar challenges in the future. The outcome of this saga could change the way studios approach test screenings, marketing efforts, and talent relations in the years to come. As the film's release draws nearer, all eyes will be on Disney to see how they navigate this marketing minefield. Disney's decisions could set new standards for how major studios handle similar situations moving forward, potentially transforming how Hollywood markets big-budget films in an increasingly unpredictable entertainment world. With the situation still evolving, there's a chance for more developments as the film's release date draws closer. One thing is clear, this case will be a topic of discussion and analysis in entertainment circles for years to come. It will serve as a prime example of how swiftly and dramatically the fate of a major studio release can shift in today's fast-paced, ever-changing industry. And make sure to subscribe for more on the latest celebrity news and all the behind-the-scenes drama. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.